Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am your hobby mad dad, and today I'm going to do a video on a puzzle that I've been excited to do for a very long time. So, those who know, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Absolutely love Harry Potter, and particularly doing Harry Potter puzzles. So, today I have this beauty. So, I was bought this for Christmas. It was a Christmas present and I've been very excited to do it. However, because I've been doing the channel and doing other puzzles that I thought you guys would like, I've kind of put it off. So I've not really done many big puzzles, anything over 1,000 pieces really. My go-to is 1,000 pieces. However, this is a 1,500 piece Harry Potter puzzle by Ravensburger, and it basically is called Hogwarts Map, and it depicts the whole Hogwarts scene, all the Harry Potter scene. There's a lot more than just Hogwarts, but what I'll do, I'll get this opened up, we'll have a look at the inside, and I'll go through the map and show you exactly what we're going to be doing. Okay, so here it is, the Harry Potter Hogwarts map. Look at that. Look how beautiful it is. What I'll do, I'll open it up now, and then we'll actually have a closer look at this. Hopefully there's a poster inside. I really don't know what they do with the 1,500 pieces. If not, we'll come back to the box. So, let's open it up. I can't tell you how excited I am for this puzzle. No poster. That's okay, we'll use the box. You know what? I love how Ravensburger package their puzzles. It's not just a normal bag. It comes. It's just got the. Yeah, it's just really nice. It's got the wording on it. A lot of care and attention goes into what they do. Make sure we haven't lost any bits. There we go. Oh, look how nice they are. Right, so here we go. So let's take a look at some of the pieces, shall we? Let's see if we can find an edge. So what I could see from the box, let me just get this box up. You can kind of see from this edge, it almost looks like a frame. So you've got a map with like a frame inside. So all of these bits are going to be gold on the outside, which looking at the edge piece, they're all like this. So I think building the edge is actually going to be okay. You know, we're going to start, you can almost see where the bottom is. And we're just going to, yeah, building this edge, and the side pieces shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then, yeah. So let's look at a middle piece. Yeah, as you can see here, nice green part. So I don't think this is going to be too hard to put together, to be honest. So, yeah. So the piece itself, typical Ravensburger quality. You know, you've got the blue backing, which they all come with, and quite thick. You can see how dense they are. Quite sturdy pieces. They're quite on the small side, actually, these bits. But I guess that's because it's a 1,500 piece. And if they use the normal size pieces, the puzzle can be massive. So I guess it's not a lot smaller, but it's a tiny bit smaller. So I guess it's just to fit it onto a better board. So let's have a little quick look at this map then, shall we? So you can see right on the bottom on this edge piece, it looks like it's kind of in a frame. You've got these nice frameworks on the outside. And then you've got the Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff, which are obviously the 4 houses of Hogwarts. And then up the sides, you've got a picture depicting Azkaban, Grimmauld Place, the Ministry of Magic, Godric's Hollow, Malfoy Manor. The top is just a bit of artwork, really. That's the crest of Hogwarts itself. Sorry, knocking the camera. And then on this side, you have Privet Drive, King's Cross Station, the Burrow, Diagon Alley, and Shell Cottage. And then on the map itself, so this is the map of the grounds of Hogwarts and the immediate area. So you've got the Black Lake, obviously, which comes into Hogwarts. Then you've got the castle itself, Hogsmeade Station, the Forbidden Forest, the Whomping Willow. What's that there? The Allery, that's just off. The Quidditch Pitch, Hogsmeade itself, and then Hagrid's Hut. So yeah, so this isn't going to be too bad. So obviously the thing itself is called Hogwarts Map. However, as you can see, it isn't just Hogwarts. It's the main Hogwarts and the surrounding areas, and also down the sides you do have different parts from the books, from the films. So, how am I going to tackle this puzzle? When I do the first sort, what I'm going to do is pour all the pieces out, probably into a big pile, and then from there I'll look through and I'll separate all the edge pieces. I'll then start building the edge, just so I've got the frame to work with. I'm then going to look at doing a colour sort, just to get it into its rough pieces. So I think the most obvious ones are obviously these goldy colours around the outside. That is going to be quite obvious to pick out, as well as this gold, small gold bits there. I guess, what is that? I guess that's just the segments of the map. So I don't know if anyone here has seen like an Ordnance Survey map, which is a map we have here in the UK. They're basically split into squares with numbers on the side and up the sides, just to show you where it is. So I'm guessing that's some kind of similarity to that. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so the greens is going to be a huge part of this puzzle. So what I'll do, I'll separate into all the greens into a colour, and then when I come to do the greens, I'll probably do another sort to actually go through and sort out what looks like hills, what looks like the forest, and then these little bits here, and then just the plain grassy areas. The only other bits that are standing out, and I think actually they're going to be quite easy, is the sky and this lake. So they're all bluish. This is more of a bluey grey colour, and you can obviously see it's got these straight lines in there. So that's going to be easy to find. Also here we have the wavy sort of lake. So I think that again is going to be easy to find. But once I've got this into a small pile, I'll obviously just build it up, and it's going to come together quite nicely, I think. Now, my plan is, what is it? It's Monday evening now. My plan is to try and get this done this week, because I'm away at the weekend. So I want to spend a few hours here and there where I can. So I want to spend a few hours in the week just trying to get this done. And if I can, I'll get it done. And then next week I can look at making the video and getting this released. So without further ado, let's actually get into the sorting. we have it. That is the sorting complete. I'm starting to look like Papa Smurf. So there you see all that puzzle dust. That is what comes out of the box. And there's a lot of it there. Now there's another fellow YouTuber, you probably know her, called Vicky Makes and Builds. Now what she would do with this is to make a lovely little dust picture. So she makes little pictures out of all this. However, I'm not artistic in the slightest and there's no chance in hell. So I'm gonna get a dustpan and brush and just sweep it up. So, the piles I have, I've gone to 4 distinct piles. Let me stick the map there so we can see. Yes, let's start with this one. That is all of what I think is the greens, the pathways and all that. So that is basically this. Okay? This one, this little baby pile here, is all the sky pieces and bits that I think are on the sky, and also the bottom part of this logo. So that should fill this one in. This one here, pretty obvious. That's going to be your lake down here. Now the 4th pile I thought was just going to be this edge, and I didn't really think about what to do with this. So this big old pile here has kind of turned into the everything else pile, including the edges. So that is all the edge pieces, every single one of them, all the bits that are clearly this boundary, and then some of these. So I think that is basically going to do this, the frame, and then the rest is going to do the middle. Now, I'm not sure whether to change what my original plan was, and because I have two nice little diddy piles here, is just start with these. Get that out of the way, and get that out of the way. That is then going to do your top, and this little bit here, and then I might go from there. Anyway, what I'll do is have a think, but I am super excited to get started on this. I really can't wait. So, yeah. So I'm going to pack up now. Unfortunately, I have to go to work, so I'll have a think about how I am going to tackle this, and then tomorrow I'll make a start. So that's all the blue bits done. I've also taken all the green bits. I've laid them all out flat, as you see here. And I've gone through and done a very brief little sort, just of the bits that I think I can get over. So, these bits here are all the bits with the edges. So, each of these bits have one of these yellow bits, and that's if I don't know where else it goes. And that is basically, well, it's going to follow all these bits here. And then the next pile I've done is all the trees. So that is all of this tree section here. And then, I don't know if you can make that out, but that almost looks like a castle wall. So again, on here you've got this castle wall that goes all the way around the top up to the Forbidden Forest. So that should be that bit. This pile here is a bit bigger, however that contains all of the scrolls with the wording in, and also this little compass here. So it's all the wording like that, not that one because I've done that one already, but all the little scrolls you can see that explain what things are, and that compass. So the compass should be quite easy. What I'll do is go through and find that. That'll give me a nice big section that I've done. And the final pile is this one here. That is basically all the bits that I could have done with when I was doing the last sections. So as you can see here, that's going to be along here somewhere, and then all of these ones with these little bits here, the contour lines, that kind of goes around this lake. So I'm going to start with this, get all those bits in where I can, and then I'll move on to probably the compass and some scrolls, and then I'll start doing the rest. And then once I've done that, I will probably do another sort of this, possibly start looking at those bits there, get the castle out. I can see that bit there, that's going to be the Quidditch pitch, and then all of these bits with the white on is here, so it's going to be all of this white here. So that might be a nice bit to build, actually start building a framework around it, and then I guess it'll just be filling the pieces in. So I'm going to get cracking with that now. Right, so there we have it. There is all of the greenery done. That actually wasn't too difficult. I really enjoyed that. So what I've done now, I've just separated the last pile, which is going to be everything outside of this square, basically. So you've got this whole section here, the edges, and also these two strips down here. So what I've done, I've actually gone ahead and separated already. So I've started doing a little sort. So here I have all the edge pieces. Normally I do a jigsaw, I start with the edge pieces, but I didn't do that today. I fancy trying something a little different. But anyway, yeah, so there's the edge pieces. So that's probably going to be one of the last things I do, unless I get stuck. This one here is basically, let me show you. It's basically all these, like the grid lines here, these numbers. So that's going to do all the way around there. So that's going to frame the green off nicely, and hopefully we'll finish all the inside bits. And it also, I think, has all of these little lines here. So what I'm hoping that will do is put a frame around this, finish all the edges, and kind of give me something else to work on. And then all the bits that are left are going to be these little diagrams, all of these bits in here, and a lot of this castle. So what I've done there, so I've got the two piles there that I'm going to work through, that one first. And then I've basically got everything else just laid out. So there's a few bits you can see here where I've just put it all together already as I've been going. But yeah, I've just got all the bits there unsorted. And what I'll do is once I've done the main bits and framed it, I will then sort these into little bits and go from there. And there we have it, puzzle done. Got to admit, I really enjoyed that. That was a great little puzzle. Big, but I loved it. So I'm not used to doing puzzles this size. As I alluded to earlier, I normally stick to around 1,000 piece puzzles. I love 1,000 piece puzzles. I don't tend to do really many smaller than that. And I think I've attempted one other 1,500 piece one before, but that was a very long time ago. So I'm going to class this as my first proper one because it's the only one I can remember. But yeah, it was a great puzzle, really fun. So as a difficulty, it was actually quite an easy puzzle. I think because it was 1,500 pieces, it was difficult in that sense, in the fact that you've got a lot of pieces to sort through. You have so it's more time consuming. It takes a lot longer, so that is difficult in itself. However, from a picture and actually doing it point of view, it wasn't that difficult at all. I thought it was actually quite relatively easy, relatively straightforward. There was a few bits which slowed me down. I found a lot of it was actually quite like fluid as you're into it, and you just go from one piece to the next, and you just keep moving. So you're always putting pieces in, which I thought was great. So as a jigsaw to do just for fun and peace and quiet and relaxing, and if you like Harry Potter, this is the puzzle to do. This was fantastic. Also, if you are on one of these people that are on the fence about doing a 1,500 piece puzzle, maybe you're worried about it taking too long or not having the skill set to do it, or just worrying about the overall size of it, um, just do it. If you like Harry Potter and you're thinking of a 1,500 piece puzzle, get it. You won't be disappointed. If you can do 1,000 piece puzzle of medium difficulty, you can do this. This is not hard at all. What I'll do, I'll zoom in on the camera and I'll show you all the different pieces, how I tackled it, and uh, yeah, the bits I enjoyed. So that's it, kind of from an overview shot. So you can just about make it all out. And as you see, it's a really good looking puzzle. It is lovely. So as you saw from the time lapses, I started on all the blues. So when I sorted it, it was clearly obvious how to sort it into the pieces. So I started with this blue color, and that was the sea. And obviously you can see there, it's a black lake. You've got the ship. I think that's possibly the ship of one of the other schools that come in the Goblet of Fire. And then over here, you've got the sky piece. Again, that was another easy piece. Then I moved on to the greenery. So I found with the green, it was actually really easy to do because you've got this section here, which is all the trees, which looks completely different to everything else. You've then got these hill bits, which here, they look a lot different. But when you're sorting through the pieces, it doesn't stand out that well. But if you pay attention, you can actually pick them out. And then there's kind of a gradient with the color of the grass. So you can see there it's quite dark and it goes through to light green. So when you're working on it, you can kind of separate them as you're looking into pieces, and there's lots of variety in piece shapes, so you can use that to your advantage as well. And then you've got this huge pathway going around the whole thing, which again gives you something else to focus on when you're building it. You've then got, what did I build then? I think I then started building Hogsmeade. At the same time, I was doing like this castle wall area. That was a great piece to build because it's big enough that it all flows in together. And then it came down here, and I did the railway track that's at Hogsmeade Station. And then I was left with Hogwarts School of Witchcraft, and then I was left with the school itself. That was a nice one. And if you zoom in, you can see all the detail. So if you've seen the films, a lot of this will look quite similar. And I think because it's a 1,500 piece, you can get so much more detail in these. Absolutely a lot more detail. So if you're a fan of the art and the detail of the thing, it's much better to go bigger. And then the outside. So the outside, you've got the 4 houses. You've got the main wording in the middle, Harry Potter. At the top, you've got this crest, and then these banners either side. So all of these pieces are quite identifiable. So one thing that wasn't quite identifiable was differing between all these bits here on the 4 house logos and these corners. Every corner has what I think it's like a guy blowing on the map. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, lovely puzzle. And the last thing, I'll go in close for you, is just the detail on all these parts. You've got Privet Drive, King's Cross, the Burrow, Diagon Alley, and Shell Cottage. And then over the other side, you have Azkaban. Do you know what? At first, when I was doing this, I thought that was a book. It looked like a book until I put it all together. And then you've got Grimmauld Place, Ministry of Magic, Godric's Hollow, and Malfoy Manor. And there we have it. So to recap, great puzzle, really good. Ravensburger, so the build quality is brilliant. And I'm going to go on to the puzzle lift in a minute. However, look how sturdy it is. That's fantastic. I don't think I have any issues with the puzzle lift. I am a bit nervous because it's a big piece, big puzzle, but I don't think we'll have issues. So yeah, if you're a Harry Potter fan, if you like bigger puzzles or if you're tempted by them, this is a puzzle for you. Fantastic puzzle, well worth it. And it's made me want to do more bigger puzzles because I've always stuck to 1,000 pieces. I now want to go and get some bigger ones. I've got a couple in my wish list which are bigger, some 3,000, some 5, even an 8,000. So there's a lot. And I've also just got a very large puzzle which I'm going to release very soon. So less of the talking, I'm going to go on to the puzzle lift. Right, hopefully this is in shot. Let me make sure this is all patted down, and then aha, there we go. That is a really easy puzzle to lift up and put down again.